fact that the vast majority of violent crime victims are women.
That's just not true. Emergency hospital admissions in Scotland as a result of an assault. Female 343, male 2070 in the last year we've got records for. Police statistics, risk of violent crime, female 1.8, male 3.5.
Gender inequality still exists. It exists in the workplace, in the home, in the worlds of sport and education.
Inequality in the workplace. I'll save that for another video to talk about. Inequality in the home. In other words, mothers tend to devote more of their time to looking after their own kids because in most cases that's what they want to do. Inequality in sport. I don't know, female sports people get paid less than male sports people, I assume is the alleged problem there. Education, there certainly is gender inequality in education. Girls perform better than boys at school and more of them are going to go on to university. So it's the same old thing. These are supposed to be problems that need solving, but they're actually not. They're just expressions of differences between men and women. But the point I want to make here is that these are being brought up in a debate about violence against women as though solving these so-called problems is something to do with it.
Part of their work is in schools, challenging gender stereotypes and expectations.
So under the guise of tackling violence against women, feminist indoctrination in schools is necessary.
In what world is it okay for boys to coerce girls into sending them nude photographs on Snapchat? Or in what world is it okay for boys to send unsolicited images of their genitals to girls?
That's a reasonable point to bring up, but notice where the blame lies. It's always the boys' fault. When boys send sexual pictures to girls, it's the boys' fault. When girls send sexual pictures to boys, it's the boys' fault. Does anyone really believe that that's the whole story?
When did this behaviour become normal?
Well, this behaviour has become normal as our societies abandon the view that sex is so significant and powerful that it should only be entered into as part of a permanently and publicly committed loving relationship, and that its purpose is to bind a man and a woman together emotionally as they enter into parenthood and family life together. Now, if you've heard any MSP promoting that in the Scottish Parliament or suggesting that children should hear that view in schools, I'd be interested to hear about it.
Women and girls from the LGBTI community can be at greater risk of violence.
That's an interesting point. LGBT Youth Scotland conducted research into this area. They found that 24% of their respondents had experienced physical violence from a partner or ex-partner, and 20% of the respondents who had experienced abuse had tried to kill themselves since experiencing domestic abuse. So that suggests quite a significant problem in that area. Now, usually when we hear about mental health problems, even suicide from LGBT people, the usual reason given is it's because of homophobia. But it seems like there could be other factors at play here as well. This clips were taken from a debate about violence against women, and that debate was taking place because of the International 16 Days on Violence Against Women, which is an international event. So many debates in the Scottish Parliament are based on the International Day of something or other. Now, I'd have thought if you're as serious about running the country, you'd have a better way of planning your agenda rather than going with whatever dates happen to come up in the calendar, highlighting certain issues. And these debates that follow this sort of theme, they're often not really debates. There are no proposals under discussion. There's no law change. There's no policy change under discussion. There's a lot of virtue signalling and very little disagreement. The MSPs stand up and give their speeches and they go unchallenged. Anyways, that's enough of one debate on the day of something or other.
We'll move now to members' business. The name of Annie Wells on World AIDS Day.